Alright, music makers, it's time to show you how to use compression in your tracks. A compressor, put simply, is a tool that allows us to boost the overall level of an audio signal by reducing its volume peaks. Let me show you. I'm working on this dreamy 80s pop song I've created from Analog Dreams sound pool loops. Here I will show you how I use a compressor on my drums to bring them up in my mix without touching the volume of the track. I'll first solo the drums track and open its Audio FX rack track. At the top of the list, I find Music Maker's regular compressor and turn it on. Compression is a big and complex topic, but here I would like to explain the basics and get you curious to experiment with it further in your own tracks. What a compressor essentially does is decrease the difference in volume between the loudest and quietest parts of the audio it's applied to. Now, in order to control how the compressor reacts, you have 4 important settings. The first one is threshold. The threshold value sets the point at which the compression kicks in. Whenever the level is above the threshold, it is reduced. A low threshold will therefore produce a more compressed signal overall. The other crucial setting here is ratio. With this you can control the amount of applied compression. A low ratio value means less compression, whereas the higher you set the ratio value, the more squashed the signal will get. Let's play the track and you can hear what happens when I tweak the threshold and ratio. By tweaking the attack and release, you are able to have more control over how the compression reacts as the threshold is reached. With a shorter attack time, the compressor takes hold of the signal quicker and more aggressively, whereas with a longer one, it starts to gradually affect the signal. With release, you can define how quickly the compressor turns off after the signal drops below the threshold. Finally, with gain, you can make up the overall volume level, as the compressed signal may be much quieter than your original signal. For those of you who like to work with presets, feel free to use the Wizard FX compressor that comes with Music Maker. It has a big list of presets, and you can control the amount of compression with one single slider. Easy, right? Now you know the basics of how a compressor works. Feel free to experiment yourself on the tracks in your songs and see how you can use it to a different effect. Now let's hear a track before and after the drum compression.